Alright guys, hello and welcome back to the Season 4 premiere of our F1M24 career mode with Fernando Alonso and Frederick Vesti. And I know in the preseason episode I said that I was going to go through and change the calendar, but I'm kind of interested to see how this calendar will work out. Bahrain, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia. 3, 4, 5, and 6, all three in the second episode. That'll be a little bit interesting, especially since we have Abu Dhabi right after that. So all four of our Middle Eastern tracks pretty much all bunched up together, I believe. I could have swore we had Monaco at the end, but I could be wrong. But we're going to go ahead and save it like this. Leave it like this for the season. I'm not sure if we have any sprint races. I don't know if it'll have sprint races or not, but it doesn't look like any of them are set as sprint races. So we'll go ahead and do this first episode, and then we'll go into the editor and add in sprint races, because it's not saying any of these guys are marked as sprint race. So it would say it on the top right, whether or not. So I don't know if that's a bug with the editor, but we'll have to find out. So we have Spain for a season opener, Miami, and then Melbourne as we get into our season. We are negative 9.3 million coming off of the start of the calendar year, but that is going to be hopefully better by the time we get to our first race. We're not going to be able to do any parts for Spain, it looks like, unless our money goes back into the positive. So we'll be starting at a disadvantage, but going off of that, we are actually, I had to go through and change my stuff. I didn't presets. Yeah, there it is, the updated preset. I did a little bit of research. Since we are running the Red Bull engine, we might as well throw the Tag Heuer sponsor on there, since they are a Red Bull powertrain sponsor. Apply changes and exit. We did that with our car livery as well. We saved them in the presets. There we go. Apply changes and exit, because they weren't showing up previously. So we have that updated. We changed the Honda sponsor to Tag Heuer, and we removed the one sponsor on the side of the, I forget which one it was. And then on the front, we removed the Brembo for Tag Heuer, and then same for the driver's suit. So that's going to be that for our updated livery compared to the last episode. Now we're kind of all over the place for the first race here. Car 1 first in high speed, and then car 2 second in high speed. We went for tire preservation, engine cooling on our research. We went over that in the preseason episode, but I already have a spreadsheet figured out. I actually wrote it out. I have it on the notebook here next to me on what we need to do for design and manufacturing, as well as research for the next season, which we won't have. I'm undecided. I said we weren't going to do another season, but we might do another season, because if we go in here to our R&D, go next, we don't have the money to do this. So we're going to be at a disadvantage when it comes to getting our foot into the door at the start of the season for parts. And what we're going to do is what I said we were going to do at the start of last season. We're going to do the last, we're going to do the introduction into qualifying, and then the last run of each qualifying session that we managed to get ourselves into along with the race. And then I'm putting a little bit more work on myself. We're going to manually do every single race, and I'm just going to show one of the races all the way through. And then just like before, instead of simulating it, we're going to manually do it all the way through and then just cut to the end of the race for the result. But most of it is we're going to be like, we're going to go into the race and we're going to simulate it, other than like split decisions and stuff like that, red flags, to get a more likely chance at podiums and wins, and hopefully fight at the top 3. 4th or above is a season objective, so we are looking at that podium contender goal for the board. Recap of our driver lineups. We're just gonna skim through it. We're not gonna go through it entirely. We already went through our scheduled drivers. Mark Slade and Fernando Alonso. I feel like he can get his setups down really quickly this season since we brought his engineer. Then Hamlin with Vesti once again. And then we have Colapinto, Tina Hausman, Pato Award, and Jack Doohan for our affiliate program. A lot of 70. Franco's not a 75 yet, but that is the goal. We're probably going to go with a fresher lineup since we did kind of cheat the system. We pulled Alonso out of retirement to get him in this season. But the show must go on. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and... yeah, we'll go ahead and do Spain. And then we'll do our cuts to Miami and Melbourne and see how we go. So, we'll see you guys in a moment. All right, before we get to qualifying, we're going to go through practice and take a look at the new liveries for the season, and that's going to be one of them is the McLaren of Piastri. Description, mod in the description. I forget the guy's name who did this, but he did a really great job on this livery. It's really offhand, or not like the normal. Like McLaren Arrow. I think it's like a WEC or something like. I could be wrong. I probably am. I apologize. Had a little cough there. Attack me. The Aston Martin is another one as well, I believe. The updated mods are in the description. Which I believe that Honda is, Aston Martin Honda is. I did change. It's Aston Martin. McLaren. I honestly don't remember who else. We changed 4 liveries out. I know that. Was it? We'll see who is that. Is that a Haas? Shoe. It is a Haas. No, we didn't change the Haas out. Ferrari, McLaren, Red Bull, Mercedes, Andretti, Williams, Stroll, Gulf Williams is still the same. We're gonna go ahead and put our guys out on the track. First, look at our livery. Coming out onto the track. Hamilton, Piastri setting times.
Check.
I didn't get that one in time.
Yeah, radio is very good.
I believe it was Ferrari that we changed to the 2024 season. There is Leclerc. Looks really good, especially in game. And we're gonna go ahead and take a look at our car on the track. First time this season with the new livery. I don't know what that clipping is going on there on the side pod. You can, I don't know, texturing issue or something, but it's good there on that screen. No, okay, it's just a reflection. I'm really struggling on trying to remember who else I changed the liveries on. Alright, here we are for the results of practice 3. Our drivers right where we want them, not running them hard, they're on standard when we're running them at the end of the sessions. P2, P4 in those practice sessions. 100% on those setups from practice 1, 78% on the car parts, and 100% on track acclimatization. Feeling really good. 94% for both of our drivers here. As we get into qualifying.
Let's hope the teams took full advantage of practice. It's time for qualifying.
Teams often bring upgrades to Barcelona, so the qualifying order could be a little shaken up. Cars need to be well balanced in both high and low speed corners to set a good lap here.
Here's Fernando Alonso. Big question, how have things been for him heading into this qualifying session?
Now this is a driver with confidence, and that's clear from their performance today. And will that confidence pay off? We'll have to wait and see.
So get yourselves comfortable, it's going to be quite the ride.
All right, here we go. Results of our practice sessions. We ran them hard in practice 1. Average finish, standard, and then practice 3 standard. So we're feeling pretty good about our placement. I have no doubt in my drivers that they can do really good. We don't have any car parts for this race weekend, and we are about 77 million still in debt with our sponsor plan coming in. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into this.
5, 4,
And the liveries that I was talking about were Mercedes, the 24 livery, the Ferrari 24 livery, or Ferrari 25, Mercedes 25, Aston Martin Honda concept, and then Mercedes. So it is the 2024 Mercedes. Okay, so Alonso, we'll send you out. And then we will send Vesti out. And we'll see you guys at the end of this qualifying session to see which of our drivers can make it through, if not both. Alright, we kind of screwed up on our simulation times. We had Alonso behind Vesti. P14, P15 right now.
Understood, guys. For reference, you are currently P14.
And that's pretty rough compared to what our stats were without those car parts.
Box this lap. Yeah, copy.
Mercedes looking to improve from a horrible season last season.
Okay, copy. Understood.
Haas, Zhou, and the Audi. 1 Williams, 1 Porsche.
Coming past you now.
Come on. Alright, let's see if we get knocked out here. We had a driver move up. Mercedes definitely had a good research season after that. Who's next to cross the line? Who would be next to cross the line? That would be Van Dorn in the Andretti Cadillac. See if they're improving or not. And it's Zhou behind. Van Dorn knocks Vesti out. Can Zhou knock him? Alonso out? No. Russell. Sainz. Russell. Sainz, Gasly, Russell. Sainz. Coming in the pits. Gasly. Russell. Looking to improve, hopefully. See if he knocks us out. It's gonna be no good. And Gasly is the last to cross the line out of the drop zone. And he goes in the pits. So Alonso gets in. Vesti gets knocked out. We have a lot of work to do. Like season 2. Where we start out in depth. I believe it was season 2. But we'll see you guys in the next qualifying session. Alright, here we are. 30 seconds to go in Q2. Alonso P13, 6/10 off the pace. In the drop zone, no improvements as of yet. And I think that's going to be it for him, unless he can improve here in Sector 3. See where he's at. No improvement there. So it's going to be Alonso out in Q2. It's going to be a rough start to our season here.
13.
Let's get to the race.
Mode in.
Okay, understood.
The stage is set here in Barcelona. 66 laps around a track that the drivers know inside and out.
Barcelona is a circuit with plenty of history under its belt. It was here, after all, that multiple world champion Max Verstappen secured his very first F1 victory back in 2016.
Barcelona is a tricky circuit to balance. The technical corners demand high downforce, but that means adding stress to tyres and potentially limiting race strategies if teams go too far. The time has almost come for our drivers to fight it out wheel to wheel. Race day has arrived. The anticipation is really building here. The fans in attendance are absolutely buzzing with excitement. There's a chance for Esteban Ocon to show what he can do here.
They got everything right to earn that P6 position. Now they've just got to show they can do it again in the race.
And the time has come. Let's go racing. This is it. It's the Spanish Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away
All right,
we go.
here we go. Season 4 is underway.
Keep battling away.
Forgot to change our strategy. Over.
If you are able to increase pace, it would be a good time to do it.
Alonso losing out on a lot of positions there.
Your race is now.
Not a great start. We dropped 4 laps of fuel. We'll conserve this entire race, see how we go. We are in the backfield already. That is not a great start. George Russell with a double overtake there. Nice move on his part. All right. Well, so we'll do the curb strategy here with these guys and go from there.
You focus on your race.
Vesti lost
Now
the
we should
position
be
as
able
well.
to take a look here. We're following the action through turn
Yeah.
5. The opportunity's there.
Easy move on the inside behind the Audi Sport. Not a great start for our drivers here. See what tires everybody's on. Couple hards, 2 mediums. Everybody else on softs going for a 2-stop more than likely. That is what our plan is going to be with the 2-stop. It's just a matter of where everybody else goes.
Don't worry.
Vesti and Alonso coming in. Another overtake on Vesti. That's not great.
DRS is enabled.
Vesti back to P20.
You are 15.
All right. We're going to have a lot of trouble ahead of us. Overtake signs
So
on
car
the straight.
behind is Russell.
We're not going to go ahead and view that. We've already seen it on hand. All right, we're settled in. Our guys have a lot of work ahead of them. Let's see what our tire life can look like. And we'll see you guys near the pit stops.
Safety car deploy. Safety car deploy.
Okay. Red flag. Yuki Tsunoda with a spin and a traffic jam. I was checking out. Oh, there goes the front wing.
It's not going the way the team had hoped today. That is for sure.
All right. Red flag. Zhou and Tsunoda out with that incident. There's another perspective on that. Okay. Yeah, that's bad.
And just like that, the hopes of the team start to dwindle.
I can use either of them for a thumbnail. And we basically get a free pit stop onto a new set of mediums. Oh no, we don't get another set of mediums. All right. That is 8 laps early. We could change it up a little bit. Soft, medium. Yeah, let's go soft, medium for our drivers. Yeah, soft, medium. We'll get that after the restart.
After a pause in this race, we are all set and ready once more.
First red flag in the season opener.
And away we
Let's see
go.
who's on new tires. Everybody's on new tires. A lot of people going hards for a one stop for the remainder of this race.
Yuki got a penalty.
Penalty for Yuki. Let's see. Let's go start new. Add. Medium. You will. Why are you on aggressive? Okay. Maybe. We'll see here. 37 for Alonso. 37. We'll do 38 for Vesti. 37, 38. All right. That'll basically, it'll be an early pit stop compared to everybody else. Actually, no.
No management
They're
required.
still on avoid high risk curves. So we should be good to restart. Alonso was fighting for points before that red flag.
Keep the head
We
down.
are back on track for
Push,
fuel.
please.
Okay.
We weren't deploying, so we are
Let's
back in
lift
this. Seems like Mercedes is back in this fight as well, but Audi and Porsche are going to have a rough start to the season, besides us. All right, 13th and 15th for us right now. I'm still congested, and it's really not helping. Lap 16 of 66, by the way. As this Red Bull engine really is helping us out. Perez and Sargent. I
DRS
forgot about
is
that.
enabled.
Sargent in the Red Bull. DRS is now enabled. And pit stops are going to be lap 37 and 38. We'll see how it goes. And go from there. We're going to keep an eye on our tire life.
Safety car. Safety car.
All right, let's see
Charger.
what happened here.
Stay close to the reference.
Another red flag for the season. Dennis Hauger in the Mercedes. Same situation, this time crashing into the other Porsche. That high-speed corner. Well, it's not really a high-speed corner there. Both Porsches out of this race now.
Red flag, red flag.
Same corner. These cars just cannot handle it with that regulation change.
It is dangerous.
I'm just glad it's not us. All right, that's another set of soft tires that we use. So, 13th and 14th. We could go on hards to the end, saving that last set of softs for another red flag. We'll do it. We're gonna go on hards and see what happens. I wish we can edit our pit strategy onto the red flag. We have to wait for that screen. Edit strategy. Hards. It's not gonna make it. Ah. Well, we already chose the hard tires. We're gonna have to deal with it. And hope for another red flag or a safety car. Alright. That is our situation at this time. So, we may have lost out on our opportunity here. Or we can go with a one-stop onto softs, which is what I'm wanting to do. But we're going to go ahead and wait and see here what happens.
It's time to pick up where we left off as the race restarts. It's lights out.
A lot of those cars in the
Away we
front
go.
running soft tires.
So push and burn.
Okay.
We have avoid high risk curves on. Gasly with a 5-second penalty.
Okay, you can pick up
4
the pace.
drivers out in the first race of the season. Porsche is out. 1 Mercedes, 1 Audi. As our drivers are fighting for point positions, not quite. P12, P14. Albon in the Mercedes,
Focus on the pace.
in the Audi, up into P4. As we see Van Dorn make an inside move against Alonso there. All right,
No worries, mate.
we'll leave that. See what other tires people are on. A lot of hard. Oh, okay. We are not the only ones on new hards. So it's just a matter of what happens later on in this race. Lap 25 to 66 already. 2 red flags, 4 drivers out. We're gonna go and simulate forward and see what happens. Right, lap 41 of 66, Van Dorn is going into the pits off of a set of hards onto a set of softs. So that might be the bet. We'll have to wait and see what Piastri does. On mediums, he's looks like everybody else is going to go on a one stop.
Norris right behind.
So we're going to go ahead and
Just 5.5
change our
seconds behind
strategies
Okay,
onto
let's get on it. Still everything to play for.
softs. The last set of softs here. In a few laps. 45, 46. We'll do 45 for Alonso. 46 for Vesti. And go from there. See if that will get us into the points for this first race of the season. Go ahead and deploy now for both of our drivers.
Go mode push.
And then
Yeah,
we'll see you
okay.
guys when we get to our pit stops. Yellow flag. What happened here? Sector 2.
Debris on the track.
Another crash. Probably minor. Lewis Hamilton. On the inside of the Williams. That's your fault, bud. Just like last season.
And clearly then, not what everyone in the garage would have wanted to see.
It's gonna be Lewis Hamilton and George Russell.
Next car, Hamilton.
A lot of drivers already going into the pits, but we're gonna still wait.
Keep the head down.
It seemed like we are at a decent pace away from the other drivers, but they are on fresher tires ahead of us. Yeah. We may have lost out on our opportunity here. We're gonna go ahead and drop it back 1 lap each for our drivers. We'll do Alonso this lap. Vesti next lap. Because of our pit window, they are undercutting. Pit. Softs. Yes.
Ridiculous.
Do your best. Gap behind.
Yeah.
2.4 seconds.
Signs turn on spin 1. No safety car.
Box this lap.
Yeah, okay. Pit.
All right. Going to step forward to Alonso's pit entry. And we'll see you guys in a second. All right, here we are.
Box.
Here we are. Giovinazzi coming in behind, so that helps us a little bit. Yeah, we're fucked ourselves over there on the pit. Messi might get lucky.
You're in clear air.
Stop the lift.
Good stop. 2.126. That's gonna be top of the board. Well, second place. And then we'll see what Vesti's is like. Our pit crew picking up where they left off from last season. All right, let's get to Vesti's pit stop. All right, Vesti's turn. Hopefully he'll...
4 seconds.
Yeah, it'll be... It'll be close. Onto the soft tires.
Focus on
Oh,
reaction time.
Logan Sargent with the
No
fastest
full throttle
time.
before pit exit.
Seen him come out right behind Alonso, or right ahead of him. 2.4. That was a slow pit stop. That was a slow pit stop. That was bad. That was so bad. Oh well.
Alonso behind you. Alonso 4 behind.
Alright, so lap 46 of 66. Both of our drivers are in the pits. Piastri
Suggest
going
that
into
you
the
can
pits.
Reduce the amount of lift and coast at turn
We're
1.
gonna take a look at our tire life and see how well we can do for the rest of this race. See if we can get into those points. But it'll be a long shot. Let's see if we can go for it. See you guys at the end of the race. Alright, 3 laps to go. Vesti P10, Alonso P11. Albon with an engine issue. Vesti trying to make an overtake. Alonso is 2 seconds behind.
Mode push, please.
We
Mode
have
push.
0.2 kilogram under our required weight to finish the race. We ran our weight a little bit hard like we did towards the end of last season. But we have a chance to get both of our guys into the points to start the season out. Even though we did miss out on getting some parts in for this first race.
In front of you, Albon.
And our main focus is this battle right here, as we are on lap 65. I believe everybody's on the lead lap. Yep, everybody's on the lead lap. Strolling back there. Ocon and Leclerc fighting for the lead. Everybody did 3 stops with those red flags.
You need to keep your K1 usage down a bit, otherwise you'll just run out of battery and then you'll just be taken by everybody.
Okay.
Copy.
2 more laps.
Alright, we are on track for fuel. We'll push to balanced.
You can save less.
Okay.
Vesti is ahead. We'll have him defend.
You're doing a very good job. 20 P9.
Can we have you... We'll take it off. We'll take high risk curbs off. Last 2 laps to go.
Copy. Understood.
We want Alonso to push without sacrificing Vesti. Final lap for Ocon. We need this overtake here.
Car ahead is Albon. No worries, mate.
Final corner into the final lap.
Let's get after these cars in front.
One more lap.
Defend him. Come on.
To push.
Come on, Alonso. There you go. Neutral. Push.
Click overtake.
Deploy, deploy. Come
I
on.
cannot push any harder than this.
Dude, you got this, man.
Do you need to be mode push?
Copy.
You got this, dude. Come on. Can't help you now. Cannot help you now. It's all you.
We need to reduce K1 usage.
Copy.
Come on.
And it's Ocon. Ocon.
Nice.
first
Ocon
over
wins the
line
race.
today.
Albon making a move there. Albon getting ahead there in Sector 2 where we had that red flag. Start of Sector 3. Verstappen with a puncture at the end of the race. Vesti P9. And that is Alonso P10.
Okay, we take the flag.
That is a great start to our season,
Okay,
even
P9.
though we have that bad start. Verstappen with a puncture there at the end of the race.
Good points in the bag again.
Red flag in our favor this time
so
around.
stop the car. It's P1, please. And once you've got the message on the dash, P0. Thank
All
you.
right, so that is 3 points for our team. 4 drivers out. Porsche not having a great start to their season.
And that's another race done for Fernando Alonso.
Just managing a finish in the points, having crossed the line in 10th.
And there's no denying that the Frenchman deserves this result. He was absolutely brilliant.
That gives them their first win of the season, and it was really well deserved.
And by the looks of things here in Barcelona, the party's only just beginning. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't. I think their main target now will be finding some consistency for sure.
And with that, our time in Barcelona is done.
Coming up next, the teams will be taking a trip to the Sunshine State. The Hard Rock Stadium is laying down the track for a captivating race at the Miami Grand Prix.
All right, results for the race. Vesti P9, Alonso P10. Ocon in the Aston Martin with their new lineup. P1 to start out the season. Ferrari leading Aston Martin, McLaren, Red Bull, Gulf Williams, High Tech. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 teams left that have not scored any points. We didn't have to update the name changes for this season. You guys have seen all 4 liveries of Red Bull Ford. Currently sitting P4 in the fastest pit stop. 2.126 for Alonso. Contract bonus 6 or higher, 647, and they both reached their targets. His bonus 14th higher, 6th higher contract bonus. We lost for 1. All right, so he has to get 6th or higher for us to pay him out that bonus. but his target was 10th. All right. And I changed my time. I changed my mind. I looked. We're down 6.2 million now. I changed my mind on how we're gonna go through the rest of the races. We're just gonna go ahead and simulate them like we have done. I'm already almost into an hour of recording this session, so we'll get to the results of Miami as well as Australia here shortly. All right, Miami result: Oscar Piastri, Sergio Perez, Max Verstappen for the top 3. P13, P8, 18 for our driver's loss of 8 positions. So he started in 10th or 11th, and Vesti made up some ground. So we have a little bit of work to do here. Constructors, Haas and Audi scoring points. Best pit stop result: we got 1 driver in there. 2.084 for P4, still sitting there 4 points ahead of Mercedes on that one. Okay, Alonso didn't meet his target or race target, but Vesti did. Okay. All right, go through this and then we'll see you guys for the results of Australia. All right, results for Australia: Lando Norris, Sergio Perez, Oscar Piastri for our top 3. Double podium for McLaren. And a decent drive from our drivers: Vesti, P12, Fernando Alonso, P15. Okay, he needs to work on his race strategy. We'll have to go in there and change that as we drop down to P8 in the standings, as Audi, Williams, Haas, Aston Martin all score points. We got both of our drivers in the top 10 for fast pit stop: 121 and 135, keeping us at P3 for the standings on the season. Pit issue there, 2-stop strategy for our drivers. Once again, Vesti makes his target, Alonso does not. So pretty decent result, even if we do simulate them. We have to replace some car parts. No engine issues as of yet. Our car really not looking great on paper, but on the grid it looks good. We are 5.4 million in debt, which where is that sponsor plan? When does that sponsor plan come in? Okay, comes in at the start of next week, so in 2 weeks time, before the race period starts. Is that new regulation vote? Okay, we have a new regulation vote coming up and a research for the regulation vote. So we will see that at the beginning of the next episode. Hope you guys enjoyed, even though we had a rough start. We'll see you guys in the next one.